2024 has not been a great year for Ubisoft, and it's a year that really is the follow-up to so many disappointments that they've had consistently over the last several years. But 2024 was the year where the shit hit the fan for this company who has gone out of its way at each and every opportunity to promote DEI within its own studio. That these are the values that we hold important to us, and that's what we believe in at every step of the way. Development, in the writing, in the hiring practices, and of course, the way that things are represented in the game. And that all led to the massive controversy surrounding Assassin's Creed Shadows. When, yes, the first Assassin's Creed that's set in Japan, and we decided that we needed a black male protagonist, Yasuke. And that led to attacking fans, to media outlets attacking fans over and over again, but nothing could do away with this ratio. Twice as many people disliked the reveal trailer that liked it. But this is not the worst thing that's happened to Ubisoft this year. This game got delayed. Doesn't even come out till next year. This is a year of failure for them. You had Star Wars Outlaws that came out, was a massive total disappointment. And that is something else that came out. The trailer got bombarded with dislikes. Ubisoft ignored it, put the game out anyway, and it was a flop for them. X-Defiant, the game that they had promised, we're not going to shut this down. We have plans for years and years and years worth of X-Defiant content. Turns out that was a lie. They not only shut that down, but fired 300 people associated with the studio. And of course, maybe the biggest failure they had, period, was Skull and Bones, a game that had been hyped for years and years and years, nearly a decade of development, and reportedly somewhere between $650, $850 million spent on this game, and was a complete and total flop upon release. That happened way earlier this year. That's easy to forget about. But all of these things have led Ubisoft into a place they never thought they'd be at. Ubisoft value tanks. Market cap dropped 85% from 2021 to 2025. 85%. That is absolutely insane. That's how much value this company's lost when you look at their stock prices. In January of 2021, Ubisoft stood strong with a market cap of $12.17 billion. This reflected its status as a powerhouse in the gaming world. However, by January 2024, the company's value had been cut over 74%, dropping to $3.14 billion, and now it's down to 1.78. 1.78. And this truly is the reason that all this stuff's flying around about Ubisoft, whether it's a buyout, whether it's Tencent, whether the Guillemette family is willing to give things like that up, or whether they just straight up go into bankruptcy. This is something that could happen. And a few years ago, I don't think there's anybody that ever thought that would be a possibility for them. Not that everybody saw them as the beacon of gaming studios. Oh my gosh, they're just incredible. But with all of the different IPs they had access to, the idea that Ubisoft would find themselves in this place, I don't think anyone would have predicted a couple years ago. But when you do things like put DEI at the front and center of everything that you do, that's the only reason a decision like this was made. No one in their right mind would decide to give Assassin's Creed fans what they've been asking for over a decade. Finally do an Assassin's Creed set in Japan. But we can't have two Japanese protagonists in this Japanese game. No, we have to have Yasuke. And we have to pretend that all this fake bullshit about him being a real samurai, that's true. We're going to embrace that. And anybody that says differently, we're going to call them racist. Japan completely and utterly rejected this thing entirely. This comes out in February, and I do think it's still going to sell millions and millions of copies. But with everything they have writing on this, with the fact that it's such a big IP for them in Assassin's Creed, I think there's a good chance that we see the same type of backlash and controversy that harmed Star Wars Outlaws. I think it's going to harm Assassin's Creed as well. And this game may be the last gasp for Ubisoft. That's how dire this is for them. For this company that no one ever thought this could happen to. Too big to fail. Well, they've been failing a lot lately, so apparently they are not. 2024 was a disastrous year for Ubisoft. And in February, we're going to find out if 2025 is more of the same.